こんにちは。今日は6月3日です。水曜日です。Today is June 3rd, Wednesday. Urbandale Food Pantry is open Monday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. and 2 to 5 p.m. Grab-and-go meals are served for children ages 1 through 18 at 6 locations in Urbandale. Those locations are Timberland at Meredith from 11 to 11:20, Bristol Ridge from 11:30 to 11:50, and Cross Creek from 12 to 12:30. Elementary schools, Jensen Elementary from 11 to 11:20, Karen Acres from 11:30 to 11:50, and Valerius from 12 to 12:30. Dates to return Chromebooks this summer in a disposable paper or plastic bag are Tuesday, June 9th from 8 to 12 p.m., Thursday, June 11th from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m., Monday, June 15th from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m., and Wednesday, June 17th from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. Again, you're going to return those bins to the high school library from the UHS parking lot. Also, contact Mr. Carver or Ms. Watson if you still have library textbooks to return to UHS, and you'll make arrangements with them. To all our students, staff, and volunteers, well done this year. To all of our retiree personnel, congratulations to you, and we hope you'll keep in touch. Birthdays. For Wednesday, June 3rd, Morgan Sveck, Swan Lan Fan, Grace Markhart, Reza Chowdhury, Ethan Smith, Macy Heinen, Joy Mikami, and Mr. Mueller. Happy birthday to you. Okay, today I'm going to be reading to you from this, The Art of Civilized Conversation. This was in the discard pile of the library. Imagine that, no one's interested in the art of civilized conversation. So we're going to be reading a selection from that by Margaret Shepard. Rule 8. Disagree in a civilized fashion. Just because I disagree with you doesn't mean I'm disagreeable. Sam Goldwyn. When someone disagrees with you strongly, do you soothingly change the subject? Ask why he seems upset, contradict, look for a way to compromise, act annoyed and shout that he has offended you? What about when someone offends you on purpose? Do you ask her to retract or clarify the offending statement, fall into icy silence, change the subject, insult her right back, walk away? Any emerging disagreement can be transformed into either a lively discussion or an unproductive argument. Your tone of voice and the words you choose can sharpen or soften a potential dispute. Body language makes a difference. A friend of mine who is an expert at conflict resolution suggests that when you're face to face in a disagreement with someone, don't back up, but move sideways a little. Don't cross your arms or legs. Don't threaten with your physical position or stare and glare at the other person. Sometimes the best way to disagree is to agree. Sidney Morgenbesser, a legendary professor of philosophy at Columbia University, had to deal with many overblown and ill-informed arguers. He would co-opt the person's position by asking him or her for more detailed information, just by saying with complete and genuine sincerity, "Now let me see if I understand your thesis," and by repeating back what he had heard, he would inevitably expose the argument's weak points. Everyone can learn to disagree politely in a friendly, non-confrontational tone of voice. For instance, if you would genuinely like to hear the other person's opinion and discuss your differences without either caving in or getting overheated, these phrases can be helpful. You'd be surprised. There are two sides to that. Let me see if I understand your point of view. Not everyone sees it that way. I guess we disagree on that. I understand your point of view. Here's what I think. Some people don't mind these words of disagreement if they are conveyed in the right tone of voice. Curious and quizzical. Do you really believe that? Is that always true? Are you sure? I heard it differently. Calm and rational. I got a somewhat different impression. I don't agree. I see your point, but what is the source of your information? Is that based on experience or theory? Bemused. Gone. No way. You don't say. No tone of voice can make these fighting words belong in civilized conversation. No, you're wrong. Nobody believes that. That's not true. I don't know what you're smoking, but are you kidding? Are you crazy? See, I knew you'd say that. If the person with whom you are speaking really wants to continue, if you can, reframe the discussion so that it does not touch on personalities. Reinforce the idea that there are several points of view. Reiterate your own willingness to hear other ideas. If you expect to influence others, be prepared for others to influence you too. The economist John Maynard Keynes says, "When the facts change, I change my mind. What do you do?" If things get acrimonious and people seem to be losing their tempers, try to table the discussion while you firmly but politely stick to your position. Here are some exit strategies. Let's discuss this some other time. I have to go soon. We'll have to agree to disagree. That's a twitty. That's the way I do it. Issue. Especially good when because I'm the bomb won't quite do. Watch out for people who announce, "I love a good argument," or "I'll go to the mat on that issue," as if this exempts them from the laws of civility. Sadists also enjoy the discomfort of others. A dedicated arguer may not pay attention to your ideas or seek common ground, and he will usually ignore your signals that you've reached your limit. He may reply to any mild protests on your part with, "You're too sensitive." He may impose the worst aspects of a formal debate onto the weakest areas of argument. A poor conversationalist may be under the impression that he is entitled to argue because debate is a good thing. A good debater, however, is skilled in arguing either side of an issue, irrespective of his own beliefs. Such a person enjoys the challenge regardless of his own feelings on the topic. In real debates also, a moderator ensures that both sides get equal time. But that's a good debate, not a good conversation. And that's from The Art of Civilized Conversation. UHS, have a great summer.